When I was a kid, I thought my father was living the dream. He had built this life that, I got to tell you, most men would envy. We had accumulated so much. There was money, there was fame, there was power, there was influence and access. And from the outside, it looked like he was winning. He was crushing life. And honestly, as a kid, I believed that too. And it wasn't until later that we realized that my father was hiding something. He had this ache, this yearning for something more fulfilling, more gratifying, something that would bring him peace. Inside, he was aware of a void that he just couldn't fill. And one day, he decided that going further, chasing more, wasn't the way forward. So he chose to divorce himself from the things creating this internal tension, not because he had failed, but because he knew he was succeeding at the wrong thing. To him, all the stuff, it was like a drug. It was something that he was consuming to ease the pain and give him this false sense of elation. And just like drugs, he just kept craving more and more. And then there was this one day where it all kind of came to an end. He questioned whether or not there was a better way to feel complete. And in reflecting back on that moment, I realized that I went from completely idolizing his success to forming a deep admiration for having the courage to take a hard pass on that life. Because when he recognized that what he was chasing just wasn't cutting it anymore, he stopped negotiating his own worth for the applause. He stopped confusing achievement with this sense of identity. But more importantly, he stopped asking the world to acknowledge him. Now, this is a completely different kind of rock bottom. This is the kind where having it all cost more than what was gained. Personally, I don't think you have to burn down your life just to come back to yourself like my father did, but that's how he chose to create from scratch. For you, maybe it's just about being honest with yourself, honest about where you're drifting. But you got to be willing to let go of what no longer fits the man that you've decided to become. Sometimes that void, that emptiness, isn't necessarily a crisis. It could be a call to action, a wake-up call, an invitation, a summons back to yourself. I'm Arnie Cap. Thanks for watching, and thanks for sharing.